Hi guys, so this video is to spread more awareness on the e-commerce platforms and sort of compare a platform like Shopify to any other platform. Now, I'm going to be very biased probably to Shopify since I've been using Shopify for almost 5 years with most of my clients. And I think that 98% of my clients are pretty happy with Shopify. So I get a lot of questions from clients. Why do you prefer Shopify so much than like a custom made or custom built website or a website on WooCommerce, WordPress, BigCommerce, Wix, whatnot? So I'd like to always start that Shopify, by the way, it's a disclaimer, I don't work for Shopify. I don't have an affiliate program signed yet with Shopify. So this is just my personal experience by using Shopify with more than 85 to 90 clients in the past few years. And the thing with Shopify is you have to understand that it's now become the bread and butter. They became the number one e-commerce platform in the entire world. Shopify is a Canadian-based company. They now host over 2.2 million websites. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're valued over $45 billion, if I'm not mistaken. So they've become the tycoon in that field, in the e-commerce field. And now the whole idea, if you have very basic knowledge of e-commerce and setting up an e-commerce website, let me tell you what Shopify and Wix and all these platforms you hear about are. I mean, Shopify is pretty much, it makes life much, much, much easier for you than you going to learn how to code or program to build your own website, or you going to something like WordPress, and which is still, you don't have to be a programmer to build a website on WordPress, but it's still a little bit more complicated. So Shopify solved all these issues. They said, look, you don't need to know anything except if you're someone that knows how to browse around a website. And they gave you the whole function of dragging and dropping things to build your own website for $30 a month, which is pretty amazing. So Shopify has several or different packages. The basic package is $30 a month. And for $30 a month, I think you get tons of value by setting up your own online store with your unlimited products, with discount codes that you can set up for your clients, with an email marketing platform within Shopify, where you can automate emails to clients, send out 10,000 emails a month. You have templates to choose from. And now what makes it very, very, very strong as a platform is the whole idea of third-party apps, right? So third-party applications on Shopify, let me give you an example. When we get an iPhone or get an Android phone, we have on iPhone, we have what's called the App Store. On Android, we have what's called the Play Store, right? So Shopify kind of came up with that idea as well, where they have their own third-party app store, where you have many developers that bring their software and put in an application of Shopify to get approved. But now Shopify has a very stringent process of approving such developers, right? So these developers, they come up with apps that make our life as a retailer or an e-commerce website owner much easier, because he comes up with a certain functionality in his application that I could easily use to install a certain bar up at the top of the website. I can install a frequently bought together like button, or I can install what's called a sales pop. I'm gonna go in much more details about that. But the whole idea here is you have third-party applications integrated within Shopify that you can pick and choose from. And now they charge you monthly. They first, a lot of these app developers, they'll give you like a month for free. Some of them charge $5 a month. Some of them charge $10. Some of them charge up to, I don't know, $20, $50, $60. It all depends on the value they bring to the table. And the thing is, once you set up your store, and once you set up these apps on the store, that the ones that you see are most relevant to your store, and you're happy with it, you're going to be like, this is peanuts. I'm paying $30 a month to get this, tons of value. And I'll tell you why. Let's take an example of an app that I personally use with most of my clients. It's called Sales Pop. I love that app. I'm not associated with it in any way, shape, or form. I don't even know the developers. I just use the app, pay the price, and that's it with my clients. So that's just one app, right? And if you've noticed on a lot of websites you visit, you could see like a bar that pops up on the left or on the right of the website or on the top corner of the website. And it would tell you, hey, by the way, John M. bought this from Silicon Valley. Maria S. bought this specific product from Texas, right? So the whole purpose of these apps, of these small apps, is to increase that urgency factor so people could kind of follow the herd community, if you will, and feel that they're missing out on something, right? Or the FOMO factor, the fear of missing out on something, right? So you're like, oh, whoa, tons of people bought this from the same area, and I'm gonna go ahead and buy this too. So it increases your sales, increases your average order value, and that's the whole purpose of an app like that, right? Now, that's just one app that does this. There's tons of other apps that does the same thing. And there's tons of other apps that do various things, right? Different things. For example, there's an app where you can tell people, hey, people frequently bought, just like Amazon, people frequently bought this upon checkout with this product. Or people bought these 3 items with this product, and that automatically increases your average order value, right? That's just an app. You don't need to code anything. You install it right there on the spot. It takes 2 seconds. It's installed, right? Let's take another example. You want to install a bar at the very top, which is always very successful. A bar at the very top. And that's for free, by the way, unless you want to upgrade it, but you don't need to. I haven't found it necessary with a lot of my clients so far. The bar at the very top, what it does is it tells people, look, get this discount code if you sign up or you put your email on the website, subscribe now and get a 10% or a 5% upon checkout on your first time purchase, right? So that's another app, right? So it's a lot of things, a lot of functionalities you could think of, and all you need to do is just go on the App Store, search it up, and boom, there you go, you install it. There is apps, for example, to bulk edit. Say you have 500 products on the website, right? So they have an app where you could easily integrate on Shopify or install on Shopify, and you could change, for example, the compare price or the actual price of the product with a click of a button for 500 products. You could say, hey, I want to increase everything, all my products by 20%. Boom, right? In a second. Let's see. You have a discount section or a discount bar, like on your Shopify platform too, that you could easily set up different codes for different suppliers, for different vendors, for different buyer groups, for different cities, for different states, for different countries, whatever you want, right? You could easily set up discount codes by percent, by number. When I say by number is you say, hey, you purchase, you can purchase anything from my store, get $200 off, or $100 off, or $20 off. Or you could say you get a 10% discount, Or you could say you get the 10% discount if you buy, a minimum of $200, how that works. You could also limit each discount code to the number of use. So you could say, I want each customer to use each code one time. Or I want the customer to he's limited to use this code to one time. And what that does is it limits that same IP address, or the IP address that logs on using that code, to the use of only one discount code. So you're in full control of your discount codes. Now, another very, very strong aspect of Shopify is how you can tag your orders. So you can automate the orders where, if you have people that make purchases, like suppliers that make certain purchases, or distributors that make big purchases, for example, you can tag them where, all the distributors are tagged automatically. You're like, whoa, okay, so I could just filter out all my distributors, all my regular customers. It shows you all your returning customers versus new customers every month as well. You can dig down by each customer and see when exactly they bought in their entire history, when they ever knew about the website. You can find out each and every purchase they ever made just if you click on that customer's profile or name. So there's a lot of analytics in Shopify. The old third-party app, the speed of Shopify. And I love the servers because I ran a test for a client a few days ago, and the loading speed of the client's website on the current platform they're using was about 3.4 seconds, and that's a lot, right? And then when I tested Shopify, I tried it on pingdom.com, or tools.pingdom.com, and I tried Shopify, and the load speed was 960 milliseconds. So 690 milliseconds versus 3.6 seconds. Now that's a lot, because usually more than 25% of your store visitors will drop if they exceed a second and maybe like 1.2 seconds or 1.5 seconds. A lot of them, you'll be surprised, will get bored to death and drop out, or they'll feel that there's something wrong. This is a security issue. There's something wrong. People's patience and people's attention span is getting much, much, much lower. So you have to pay very close attention to the speed of your website. So, I think I just mentioned just a few points, but there's many more I think that I could talk about. But I'd like to take your questions, if in case you guys have any questions about anything I'm saying here about Shopify, comparing it to the other platform, which I see are not even halfway there. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. My dog's barking, so I got to wrap this video up. I'll see you guys next video.